Once upon a time, in the quiet corner of an old wooden barn, a spider named Silas began to build. Night after night, Silas worked. Thread by thread, he spun his web. It grew wider, stronger, and more lovely with every careful pass. When morning came, the first light hit the dew on those silver threads, and the whole web shone like 1,000 tiny diamonds. Silas stepped back and looked at his work with quiet pride. But then the wind came. It howled through the cracks in the barn walls, wild and angry. In one hard rush, it ripped the web loose and threw it to the dirty floor. Nothing was left but a few broken, tangled threads. From a safe crack in the wall, Buster the beetle watched. He shook his head and laughed. "All that hard work, gone in seconds," Buster said. "Why do you keep doing this to yourself, Silas? Find a crack like the rest of us. Hide. Only a fool builds where the wind can reach." Silas said nothing. He simply climbed back up to the same corner and started again, thread by thread, line by line. The beetle could not believe it. "Look at you, ruined again. Stop wasting your silk, you fool. You're just asking for more pain." But Silas kept working. Each time the wind broke his web, he learned. He tied the new threads deeper into the thick wooden beam. He pulled the lines tighter, lower, and stronger. What used to be flat and weak slowly became deep and tough, tied to the wood like strong rope. Days turned into weeks. The beetle kept watching from his safe little hole, shaking his head every time. Then came the great storm. The wind roared like a monster through the barn. It tore boards off the roof. It ripped tools from the walls. Everything loose was thrown into the dark. Buster's safe crack could not keep him safe this time. The hard gusts pulled him out and rolled him across the floor into the shadows. High in the corner, Silas's web bent, shook, and held. It held. When the storm finally passed and all was quiet, the first morning light broke through. Silas's web still hung there, strong and steady, already catching the first flies of the new day. Buster crawled out of the dust, sore and out of breath. He looked up at that perfect web and then down at his own empty crack. He had stayed safe, but he had nothing to show for it. You know this story, don't you? You've watched your dreams get torn apart. A job lost, a friendship broken, plans that seemed perfect suddenly gone. And that voice whispered just like Buster, "Stop trying. Hide. Don't risk it again." But the wind that tore Silas's web was never his enemy. It was his teacher. Every fall taught him to hold tighter, build stronger, stand taller. The one who hides keeps nothing. The one who rebuilds is still standing when the storm passes. So if life has knocked you down, remember Silas. Climb back up. Start again. Thread by thread. Because the storms in life never really stop coming. But neither should you. So tell me, what are you rebuilding right now? Share it below, or just drop the word rebuild so I know you're still standing. I read every single one. If stories like this mean something to you, subscribe and stay a while. The next one might change how you see someone in your own life.